Hi everyone, my name is Rajni. This is Orlando. We're going to run through a practice for you today that you can do anytime during the day, whether you are taking a quick lunch break from work at the office or whether you're feeling just a little bit tight in the middle of the day. No matter what it is, this is a very versatile practice for you to open up the body, for you to engage your breath, and to spend a few moments in mindfulness during the day. Great. So we'll start out in a standing pose. Hands come out to your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. In this mountain pose, we'll engage the thighs, so we'll lift the kneecaps up. Spread your toes. Allow your tailbone and your hips to come down. Space between the ears and the shoulders. Allow your shoulders to come down, shoulder blades to squeeze in. And allow your arms to be to the side, a little bit relaxed, but engaged. Lengthening the spine and allowing the entire body to awaken. We'll take a few deep breaths here in Tadasana or mountain pose. And allow yourself to unclench your jaw, move the tongue away from the roof of your mouth, soften the brows. Begin to create a sense of softness. We'll be here for about 4 or 5 breaths, checking in. And we'll take a deep inhale, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders dropped. Long exhale, release all the way down to the ground. And stay here in this forward fold. And the key in this particular practice is to have even inhales and even exhales. So having your inhales be as deep as they can be, and allowing your exhales to be long and slow. In this forward fold, generous bend in your knees, allow your tummy to come to your thighs. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind the back of your neck. Elbows go down and release down. Generous bend in your knees, tummy to thighs. Allow gravity to release any stress, any tension you may have. And we can be here for about 2 to 3 breaths. Take a deep inhale here, release your hands down to the ground. Stay in this forward fold, straightening out your knees if you wish. Take a deep inhale, come up halfway. It's active, so bring your shoulder blades together. Exhale, release down in this forward fold. Inhale, come up once more, squeeze those shoulder blades in together. Exhale to that fold all the way down. Keeping your chin as close to your chest as possible, take a deep inhale, slowly curl up that spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, until the very end when the head stacks, hands come to heart center. We'll take a deep inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. Ride the inhale, shoulders up. Ride the exhale, release them back. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shift them back. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. Exhale again into that forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, shoulder blades squeeze, space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, fold. Hands on the mat, bending your knees and your elbows, walk to your downward facing dog. This may be your first down dog of the day, so be mindful of it. Engage your lower abdomen, navel to spine. Gaze between your thighs. Start to bend one knee, bend the other knee. Perhaps you want to bend both knees, allow your tummy to come close to your thighs, and then release them out. Then once you find a stillness in your downward dog, stay here for about 4 or 5 breaths. Slight bend in your elbows, really spread your fingers, navel to spine. Notice not just the feeling of your deep inhales and long, slow exhales, but the sound. Wonderful. Taking a deep inhale, we're going to bend the knees and the elbows. This time, walk your hands to your feet at the back of the mat. Forward fold. Release all the way down in this forward fold. And again, generous bend in your knees, tummy to thighs. This helps to release the lower back. Inhale, come up halfway. Shoulder blades come together. Exhale to that fold. From here, walk your hands to the front of the mat, come into your second downward facing dog. In this down dog, we'll be here for about 4 breaths. Navel to spine, elongate. Slight bend in your elbows. Really spread your fingers. Gaze between your thighs. Wonderful. Taking a deep inhale, we'll lift the right leg up in the air. Bend the right knee, open up the right hip. So your right heel comes towards your left glute. Try to even out the space, the weight of your body between your hands. Take a deep inhale, straighten out your right foot. Right knee comes between your hands, left knee on the ground. Wonderful. And from here, keep your left hand on the ground, right hand goes up, all the way towards the ceiling. Another variation here, if you'd like to build more heat, is you can curl your left toes, lift the left knee up, elongating the entire body. Pressing the right toe down to the ground, breathing here, twisting from your ribcage. Take a deep inhale, lengthen up through that right hand. As you exhale, right hand comes down to the ground. Both feet meet in plank pose. In plank pose, push back with your heels, shoulders over your elbows, navel to spine. Keep that engagement. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, upward facing dog with the knees up, or you can bring the knees down into cobra. Make sure you come out of your shoulders. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Taking another deep inhale, we'll lift the left leg up in the air, bend the left knee, open up the left hip, so your left heel goes towards your right glute. Try to even out the weight of your body between your hands, navel to spine always. Take a deep inhale, straighten out your left foot. Left foot comes between your hands, right knee on the ground. And from here, right hand stays on the ground, left hand opens up to the body. If you want to add more heat, feel free to curl your right toes, lift that right knee up. Breathe here. Left toes down to the ground, try not to scrunch your toes, allow them to relax, and allow the entire bottom of the foot to support you. Breathing here. Take another deep inhale, elongate up through that left hand. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the ground, both feet meet, plank pose. Starting to create some heat. Stay here in plank, navel to spine, shoulders right over your wrists, unclench your jaw. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, elbows in, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up to upward facing dog, or bring your knees down to cobra. Come out of the shoulders no matter what. As you exhale, downward facing dog, lifting those hips up, navel to spine. Two to 3 breaths here in this down dog. Slight bend in your elbows. Take a deep inhale, bend your knees and your elbows, looking forward. Exhale, hop or walk to your hands. Forward fold again. Inhale, come up halfway, squeeze those shoulder blades in. Exhale to that fold, release a little bit further down. In this forward fold, right hand comes in the center, right knee bends, left arm goes up. Opening up the entire body to the left side. Gentle twist. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale, lift up through this left hand. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the ground. This time, left hand in the center. Left knee bends, straighten out the right knee. Right hand goes all the way up, allowing that twist to occur. Breathe here. Deep belly breaths, navel to spine. Take another deep inhale, lengthening up through the right hand. As you exhale, right hand comes down to the ground. Full forward fold, knees straight. Feel free to bend your knees, tummy to thighs if you're working with your lower back. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to that fold. Chin as close to your chest as possible. Deep inhale, slowly curl up that spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, until the head stacks, hands to heart center. Deep inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale through the heart, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to that fold, hands on the mat, bend your joints, hop or walk, find your chaturanga. Inhale, moving into your upward facing or cobra with the knees down. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, lift those hips up, navel to spine. Take a deep inhale, lift the right leg up in the air. Bend the right knee once again, open up the right hip, navel to spine. Take another deep inhale, straighten out the right knee. Right foot comes between your hands. Pivot your left ankle so your left heel comes onto the ground. Warrior two, rising all the way up. In Warrior two, right knee over your right ankle. Right knee goes towards your small toes, externally rotate. Press back on the left side of your left foot, left toe slightly turned in. Take a deep inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Wonderful. Lower abdomen engaged, tuck the tailbone down. Deep belly breaths. Stay here for about 4 to 5 breaths. Unclench your jaw, soften your brows. Trying not to scrunch your toes. Allow them to relax. Deep belly breaths. Inhales are long, exhales are slow. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale, straighten out that front knee. As you exhale, bend right back into it, Warrior two. Again, being mindful that your right kneecap goes towards your right toes, externally rotate. Deep inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Wonderful. Deep inhale, straighten. This time, reach forward with your right hand as far as you can. When you can go no further, drop that right hand down. Left arm reaches up, triangle pose, Trikonasana. You can use a block here underneath your right hand if you wish as well. Lengthening out, pressing back on the back foot, navel to spine. Deep belly breaths. Take a deep inhale in Trikonasana, triangle. As you exhale, reverse that triangle. High five the back of the room with your right hand. Feel that extension on the right side of your body. Next, inhale, full triangle pose. Reach forward first, then drop down. Make sure that right knee is not locked out. If you need support, you can always place a block underneath your calves to make sure that knee does not lock out. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, reverse that triangle. Again, going a little bit further back to feel that extension. Next, inhale, full triangle pose. And from here, you're going to bend your right knee over your right ankle. Allow that right hand to come down to the mat or a block, or you can take that right forearm and bring it to your right thigh. There's many different variations, lengthening out the left hand towards the front. Feel that stretch. Press back on the left foot. Wonderful. Right knee stays right where it is. Take a deep inhale here in this extended side angle pose. As you exhale, reverse that warrior using the strength of your core and your hips. Feel that extension. Next inhale, extended side angle pose. Next exhale, reverse this warrior. Right knee stays right where it is. A little bit further back than before. Next inhale, extended side angle pose. Wonderful. Stay here in this extended side angle pose for at least 3 breaths. Feel that extension in the left hand. Arm supports the leg, leg supports the arm. Press back on the left foot. Deep inhales, long, slow exhales. On your next inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Both feet meet in chaturanga. And move through the rest of your vinyasa. Coming out of your shoulders as you inhale in cobra or upward facing, and as you exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale, lift the left leg up in the air, bend the left knee, open up the left hip. Try to keep the weight equal in both your hands if you can, navel to spine. Take a deep inhale, straighten out the left knee, left foot comes between your hands. Pivot your right ankle so right heel comes onto the ground, warrior two. In warrior two, left knee over your left ankle, left knee going towards your small toes, externally rotate. Press back on your right foot, right toe slightly turned in. Take a deep inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders down, navel to spine engage, tailbone goes down. Breathe here. Wonderful. Unclench your jaw, soften your brows. Take a deep inhale, straighten out that front knee. Exhale, bend right back into it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, kneecap still going towards your small toes. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Take your time, ride your breath. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Wonderful. Inhale, straighten. Reaching forward with your left hand as far as you can from your hips. When you can go no further, left hand comes down, right hand reaches up, full triangle pose. Do not lock out that front knee if you need support. Again, place that block underneath if you need it, just like on the other side. Lengthen, extend. Make sure you're still pressing back on the right pinky side of your foot. Wonderful. Take another deep inhale here in triangle pose. As you exhale, reverse that triangle. So high five the back of the room with your left hand. Feel that extension on the left side of your body. Little to no weight in your back hand. Next, inhale, full triangle pose. Reach forward first, then down. As you exhale, reverse that triangle. Feel that stretch. Left side of your body, little to no weight in the backhand. Next, inhale, full Trikonasana triangle. Reach forward first, then come down. Breathe here. Exhale once more. Reverse that triangle. Go a little bit further back than you did before. Increase that stretch. Next, inhale, come right into this triangle pose. Stay here, breathe here. Observe your body and your breath in this triangle, Trikonasana. Shoulder stacked upon shoulder. Unclench your jaw, soften your brows. Again, not locking out that front knee. Wonderful. About 2 to 3 breaths here is fine. And from here, you're going to bend the left knee so it comes over your left ankle. Left hand can come onto a mat or a block, or your left forearm can come onto your left thigh. Extend that right arm forward. Feel that stretch on the right side of your body. Press back on the right foot. Take a deep inhale in this pose. As you exhale, front knee stays right where it is. Reverse that warrior. So high five the back of the room with your left hand. Feel that extension again. Next, inhale, extended side angle pose. Breathe here, moving mindfully. Exhale, reverse this warrior. Inhale, extended side angle pose. Stay with your breath. Exhale, reverse this warrior. Wonderful. Go a little bit further back than before. Really extend out. Next, inhale, extended side angle pose. Stay here for at least 3 to 4 breaths. Arm supports the leg supports the arm. Back leg is actively engaged. Arm is actively reaching up to increase the extension here on the right side of your body. Breathe here, unclench your jaw. Neck, gaze can be anywhere you like depending on how you're feeling. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale, come up to your warrior 2. As you exhale, both hands come down to your mat. This time, both feet meet in front, forward fold. Wonderful. Release down in this forward fold. Definitely engage your core and your hips here to move you forward onto your mat after this. Inhale, come up halfway, squeeze those shoulder blades in. This is an active pose. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to take our hands, interlace them on our lower back, squeezing the shoulder blades in. Once you're here, allow those hands to go as far up as your shoulders will allow you to go today. Every day is different. You can also bend your knees, bring your tummy to thighs if that helps, or you can keep them straight, entirely your choice. Breathing here is key. Notice your breath, feel your breath, hear your breath. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale, allow your hands to come to your lower back. And as you exhale, release your hands down gently into a forward fold. And taking a deep inhale, rise all the way up. Hands go towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a deep inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale through the heart, come into that forward fold. In this forward fold, bring your big toes to touch, space between your heels. You're also welcome to have your feet about hip width apart, which is no more than 2 fists, entirely your choice. From here, take a deep inhale, bend your knees generously, coming into a squat, hands come up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Navel to spine, tailbone tucked in, weight is in your heels, spread your toes. We are here for about 3 breaths. Keep the space between your ears and your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. You can also bring your hands to heart center if you wish. Breathing here. Chair pose, you're sitting back, not shifting forward. Take a deep inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to that fold, hands on the mat. Bend your joints, move through your vinyasa, hop back to chaturanga. Inhale, rise up to cobra or upward facing dog. Come out of your shoulders. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Navel to spine, keep those hips lifted. Space between your ears and your shoulders, elbows slightly bent. Press off the mat, spread your fingers. Gaze between your thighs. Deep inhales, long, slow exhales. Taking a deep inhale, we'll lift the right leg up in the air. This time, keep your right toes pointed down. Hips are parallel to the mat. Navel to spine. Take a deep inhale, lengthen out your right foot. As you exhale, right foot comes between your hands. Pivot your left ankle coming into warrior one position. So in warrior one, your left toes are about 45-degree angle. Hands reach up. Hips are parallel to the front of the room. Right knee between your big toe and your small toe. Navel to spine, tailbone tucked down, space between your ears and your shoulders. Wonderful. On your next inhale, interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Squeeze those shoulder blades in, do a slight back bend. As you exhale, fold over, coming into humble warrior. Allow those hands to reach up. Getting into a shoulder opening. Press back on the back foot. Take a deep inhale, release your hands down to the ground. Create some space. Wonderful. 2 to 3 breaths here. And take a deep inhale, using your core as control, lift all the way back up to warrior one. So notice you're using your core here, using your thighs here very generously. Wonderful. Take another deep inhale into your warrior one. And as you exhale, you're going to straighten up the body a little bit. You're going to come into warrior three pose. So gently lift or hop what is comfortable to you. Hands can reach forward or hands can reach back, or you can keep them at heart center. Left foot is engaged. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Generous bend in your right knee. Tummy comes to your thigh. Lift that left leg even higher. Standing split. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, both feet meet in front. Forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, come up halfway. Shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale to that fold. Hands on the mat. Bend your joints. Move through chaturanga. Lifting up into upward facing or cobra with the knees down. Lift those hips up, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Taking a deep inhale, lifting the left leg up in the air, left toes point down. Hips are parallel, navel to spine. Take another deep inhale, extend the left foot back. As you exhale, left foot comes into the center. Pivot your right ankle so your heel comes down to the ground. Lift up, warrior one. Your right toes are at about a 45-degree angle. Left knee over your left, between your left toe and your big left toe and second left toe. Hips are parallel to the front of the room. Drop your shoulders, navel to spine. Breathe here, push back on that back foot. Wonderful. Take a deep inhale, interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, back bend here. As you exhale, lean forward, humble warrior. Allow your hands to come up as high as your shoulders will allow them to do today. Breathe here. Stay strong. Press back on the back foot. About 2 to 3 breaths here is fine. And take a deep inhale. Allow your hands to come to your lower back first, then release them down to the ground. Positioning your hips as is comfortable for you. Wonderful. Deep belly breaths. Using your core and your hips, the strength of your thighs. Take a deep inhale, lift up into that warrior one again. So being very mindful of your joints here and the positioning of your hips. Moving slowly and deliberately is key. Wonderful. From here, about 2 to 3 breaths, once you're in Warrior One, we'll move into Warrior Three. So with control, slowly and steadily, lifting that back foot up, allowing your body to be as long as you can make it. Breathing here, your hands can be forward or they can be back, entirely your choice, navel to spine. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands down to the ground, generous bend in your left knee, tummy to thighs, lift that right leg a little bit higher in standing split. Take another deep inhale here. As you exhale, both feet meet down, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to that fold. Hands on the mat. This time, walk back to plank pose. Breathe here in plank. If you decide to hop back in plank, make sure your shoulders are bent. Take a deep inhale in this plank pose. As you exhale, release all the way down to your belly. And inhale, rise up to cobra this time, so your knees are on the ground. Upper part of the body is lifted, come out of your shoulders. Press off your hands. As you exhale, we'll move into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, if you wish. Feel free to also bring your knees in, if that feels better. Take some deep belly breaths here in this child's pose. Allow your glutes to come as close to your heels as you can. Create space with your breath. Observe how you're feeling in this child's pose today. In this child's pose, we'll take a deep inhale. Allow your hands to come, reach your fingers to the top of the mat, lift the elbows and the forearms. As you exhale, walk your hands to the right side. Gentle twist here. Two to 3 breaths here, 4 breaths, whatever you like. Feel that extension. Unclench your jaw, soften the brows. On your next deep inhale, come right back to your center. As you exhale, left hands, or both hands come to your left side. Gentle twist here. The same number of breaths on this side as you took on your right side. Breathing here, noticing your breath. Allowing your body to soften. And notice the space that you just created in your practice today. Next inhale, come right back to your center. Feel the extension. Allow your glutes to come closer to your heels, as close as they possibly can go. And on your next breath, simply rise up. Have a seat on your heels. Take a deep inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, chin comes towards your chest. Take a moment to observe your breath, observe your body. Notice the quiet you cultivated in your mind. And observe and notice the quality of the silence. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Taking your hands to your third eye. Namaste.